to our, I think, our third class together. So I'm very excited about today's practice. My theme today is going to be based on gratitude. And with all that's been going on, I think gratitude is probably something we're really feeling a lot for right now, just in terms of being healthy and being able to still work and be home with our families. And so I thought it would be appropriate to have a class filled with gratitude, or based on gratitude. Hopefully we can fill our bodies with gratitude along the way. Today's class is going to be kind of a vinyasa flow, so if you have or want to or need to slow it down or pick it up a little bit, feel free to modify and make it work for your body today. Also, if you have any discomfort or pain, make sure to stop, reevaluate, and make sure to check to see if there's any modifications you can make to make yourself more comfortable. Now, before we get going, I should have sent this in an email, so I apologize ahead of time. If you have a block, that would be great. If you don't stress about it. If you have a pillow you can grab off your couch or something that you can go and quickly grab, I'll give you about 30 seconds or so. We can just go ahead and grab that. We're going to go into a slight inversion at the end of class today, and for those who don't want to go into the inversion, this would be great just to prop up underneath our tailbone or our low back. So if you have one, go ahead and grab it. A stack of books or thick books would be really handy as well. Okay? So let us find ourselves sitting up tall. We're going to invite our checking in moment as we begin our practice today. So maybe you're sitting up on a propped up pillow, or you're sitting on the mat on a floor. And just find a place that's comfortable for you. And that also means if you want to lie down, go ahead and do so. We're going to begin by inviting breath into our body. With today's focus being about gratitude, let us also take this moment to invite a thought of gratitude into our mind, maybe towards someone else, maybe towards yourself, giving yourself some gratitude for everything that we're doing. And let's just begin to invite that into our practice today. So sitting up tall, maybe resting our hands nice and comfortably on our knees, and taking a few deep, gracious breaths into the body. Maybe our eyes are open or our eyes are closed, whatever feels comfortable for you. As we begin to turn our attention inward, inviting thoughts of gratitude into our practice. And if other thoughts are entering into the mind, feel gratitude for that as well. And check back in with your breathing. Just finding our space here to settle our physical body in, to settle our mental body. If your eyes are closed, maybe you're inviting a focal point into your focus. So even though your eyelids are closed, you may invite the tip of your nose being a place that you can focus on. And it's just drawing that awareness, inviting that drishti into your practice. And if your eyes are open, maybe there's a point in the room and you want to just slightly and gently gaze towards. And then as you invite your breath in, notice where it's landing. And perhaps as you take your inhales, almost visualize the words of gratitude coming in through your nose. You almost feel like you can almost spell out the word as you breathe it in. And then as you breathe out, sending out compassion and love out to the universe. Breathing in and breathing out. What is gratitude? It's the definition is the quality of being thankful and the readiness to show appreciation and the ability to return kindness out to others. And gratitude doesn't have to be for big things. It can be for the small things. Sometimes the smallest things really invite that sense of gratitude even more deeply and more profoundly than the big things, because sometimes it draws our awareness to things we might not have been aware of before. So for instance, this past weekend, over the last 5 weeks, my husband and I have been noticing that birds have been coming onto a wreath that we have on our door. And we assumed that they were building a nest at the beginning, and sure enough, they had built this incredibly intricate nest on this wreath that we had on our door. And from one of our favorite places in our home, we usually sit there together on the weekends and we have coffee, and we could see through the mirror or through the glass the birds constantly coming back and forth to their nest. And over the last 5 weeks, we've been noticing this building, this hard work. Well, over the weekend, we actually peered inside, and inside there lay 5 little eggs, beautiful little eggs. And it was this just beautiful moment, and I was so grateful, as well as my family and my husband, just for this moment in time to see a rebirth of something, just something really beautiful in times of some difficulty. There was this little bit of an uplift, and it was so profound that it made me feel so grateful for that opportunity to walk by this wreath that we have on a day-to-day basis, sometimes having to dodge the birds because they tend to swoop, and that's been kind of fun, but also grateful for that too, because it's just nature doing its thing. So sometimes it's not the big things, it's not the home or the roof above our heads, but rather just the little things that we notice: a bird, a stone on the ground, an animal walking across the street, your neighbor waving to you. So let's just take a moment to think of a few things that we're grateful for, something that may have happened, and let's just feel that sense of gratitude through the body. And then as you're ready, let us begin to deepen our breath and lengthen through the spine. Just harvesting the sense of gratitude through the body and lengthening and feeling this also gratitude for our body to be able to move today. And as you're ready, let's sweep our hands up towards the sky. Maybe your eyes remain closed and just feel a lengthening through the body. And then exhale, release the hands down to the side. And then breathe in. And breathe out. And last one, breathe in. Press the palms together. Your breath is deep into the belly. And then exhale, release the breath out of the mouth and bring the hands down to your heart center. Maintaining length through the spine, let us gently guide our gaze down towards the hands and set our intentions for our practice today. Maybe it's gratitude filled. Maybe it's something else that your body or your mind needs today. And then as you're ready, we'll circle sweep the arms up towards the sky and start to flutter the eyes open. Pull the hands up towards the sky, lengthening through the upper body. And then we're going to rotate towards the right and bring the right hand behind, left hand onto the knee. Just beginning to invite a gentle twist into our body, maintaining length. And as we gently create this beautiful rotation, maybe think about deepening in, but also finding that softness to create a little bit more of that rotation. So it's not a forced movement. And then as you're ready, unwind your body from tailbone to crown. Reach up with the hands up towards the sky. As we exhale, guide the hands down in front of you and press down through the low back, surrendering down towards the earth and allowing the softness through the shoulders, lengthening through the back. And then on our next inhale, coming all the way up, reaching with the hands shoulder distance apart, maintaining lift. And then rotate towards the left, right hand to the left knee, left hand comes behind, we lift and we twist. Turn the gaze beyond the left shoulder. And then as you're ready, come back through center, reach the hands, unwind the feet, bring the back foot forward, the front foot back, coming back into that crisscross. Pulling the upper body away from the lower body and coming down towards the floor. Surrendering down and lengthening through the back of the neck. And then walking our hands back up through center, restacking the vertebrae and reaching tall with the hands. So we're going to extend the legs out long, finding our staff pose, feet are stretched, arms are outstretched towards the sky, and then come down into our forward fold. You can bend the knees or rest the hands on the shins or the floor. Soften the upper body, find a bit of length through the back of the body. And then as you're ready, walk your hands back through center, restack the vertebrae, and then we're going to open up wide through the legs and come back into a different forward fold, finding the muscular emphasis through the inner thighs. Guide the hands up towards the sky, pull the pelvis down, upper body reaches, come into our forward fold. Soften the shoulders, reach through the heels, and just offer a nice little stretch to the back of the legs. And then come back up through center. Beautiful. We're going to slide the feet together and we're going to come into all fours for a few cat-cows to mobilize a little bit through the spine. So bring the hands shoulder distance apart, knees are hip distance apart, hands are nice and starfished. So we have this beautiful nice base with underneath us. Beginning in our neutral spine, pull up through the belly, inhale to articulate from tailbone to crown, and then exhale, pull the belly in and round the upper back, turn the gaze between the knees. Inhale to arch the low back, let the belly drop, lift up through the sternum, and exhale, pull the belly in, round the upper back. And with one breath and one movement, continue to flow here at your own perfect pace. We're going to move through about 4 sets of cat-cow. Just notice the spine, notice the breath. Continuing to breathe in with that gratitude breath, maybe even finding the words or the spelling of the word coming into the body. As you breathe in and release the breath. All that good energy, sending it out to the world. And breathe in and pull it out. Let's finish off with one more set. And round the upper body. Good. Coming back in through center, pulling up the crown of the head right up onto the spine. So we have this really supported shoulder area. We're going to move into spinal balance. Again, one breath, one movement. Glide the left hand and the right foot long. Exhale, lift. Inhale, find length. And then exhale, come back. Inhale, reach. And lengthen the body, pull the belly in, and exhale back down. And let's continue to flow here. One breath, one movement. Keeping the spine nice and long and the belly drawn in. Just to protect the low back and just turning on the back body, the glutes, and the back of the legs. Maybe noticing a little bit of heat building as we move from one side to the next. And continue to flow here for another round on either side. And always finding your own perfect pace. As you're ready, taking your time, coming back into tabletop. Now we're going to maintain our hands shoulder distance apart and just press the hands gently into the mat so we really support our shoulders here. We're going to draw the left knee a little bit in towards our midline and bring the right foot to about 90 degrees. Right foot's going to be flexed, belly is drawn in, and our heart is drawn forward. Exhale to press up, and then as you're ready, you're going to draw the knee in, but you're not going to round the back. And then flex, and then draw the knee in. I know the inclination is to go into a rounded back, but I really want the pulling of the belly in, and draw the knee in, and just feel this activation through the glutes, but also through the abs, just holding this nice stable spine. And then we've got two more. And the last one. Good. Now bring that right foot back to that 90 degree. Now we're going to roll our upper back. So as we draw our right knee in, press the hands into the floor, draw the knee in towards the chest, and then come back to 90. Exhale, draw it in, round the upper back, think of cat pose, and then come back in, and round, and lift. Two more. Maybe feeling a little work through the glutes here, and round, and lift. Last one. And then bring the right knee back down to the floor. If your wrists are getting tired, give them a little roll out, shake them out a little bit. We've got one more on the other side. So shift your right weight, bring your right knee a little bit more towards center so you can feel supported. Left leg is going to come up to 90 degrees. We're going to begin to press and lower, press and lower. Right now we're just trying to turn on the glutes a little bit. And hips are square down to the ground. And lower, and lift, and lower. Now this next one, we're going to lift, keep your back long, bring the left knee in towards the chest, try to avoid any rounding, and lift, and bring it in, and lift, and find that breath. One breath, one movement. Exhale, inhale. Keep your abs turned on, pull the low belly in, and back. And last two. And last one. Now come up to your 90 degrees. Draw the belly into the knee in towards the belly, press the upper body up, and then bring it back to 90 on the exhale. And inhale, round. And exhale, lift. Inhale, round. Exhale, lift. Last two. Inhale, round. Open up through the back body. Exhale, lift. Inhale, round. And exhale, lift. Hold here. Bring your left knee down to the floor. Open up wide through the knees. Big toes pressed together and press back into child's pose. Keep the arms extended out long and draw the heart down to the floor. Rest the forehead on the floor and just take a few breaths through the back body. Allow the hips to open up. So if you have a little room to open up a little wider with the knees, go ahead and do so. Remember, don't worry so much about coming down towards the heels and just allowing your hips just to open up here. So with your arms outstretched, we're going to tent the fingers and we're going to walk the hands over to the left side and just invite a little side stretch here, focusing specifically on the right arm, just extending out a little longer. Open up through the side body. And as you breathe in, feel the expansion of the rib cage. Feel gratitude for the breath coming into the body. And that stretch through the shoulders, kind of loosening up that body. And then as you're ready, we'll walk our hands back through center. We're going to maintain that lifted heel of the hand or the palm of the hand and walk over to the right side. And this time just drawing awareness to the left arm, reaching a little longer away from the body. And feel that stretch right through the left shoulder. Again, feel the breath coming into the rib cage. Feel the expansion of the rib cage, of the muscles through the ribs. And then as you're ready, come back through center. Now we're going to bring the forearms down to the floor. We're going to come back through center through in almost like this kneeling position. So hands are resting on the floor. We're going to curl the toes under and come into dolphin. So press the hips up and we're going to walk the feet just gently over. It's going to feel like a really different modified or a different version of downward facing dog. Lifting through the hips. It's going to feel this nice shoulder stretch right through the back. And if you want to reach your feet back a little bit further, go ahead and do so. And just hold here. Drop down through the heart. Soften through the shoulders. And then as you're ready, we're going to walk our feet back until you get into a plank pose. So arms are resting on the floor. You're in this plank pose, and then I want you to drop down through the hips, rest the tops of the feet onto the floor, and come into our Sphinx pose. Pull the belly up, reach through the fingertips, and we're lifting through the heart. So it's a very nice, almost gliding sensation as you lift your body, but we're not pulling up through the low back. We're really trying to draw that lift through the sternum, through the upper thoracic spine. Even find a little bit of lift through, a little bit of lowering through the shoulders as you lift your sternum. Guide your gaze up towards the sky. Pull the belly in and really just turn on the glutes too. It's a great way to protect the low back. And then as you're ready, we're going to press back and come into child's pose. Knees come back in, wide, big toes together, press back. We're just trying to give that low back a little bit of looseness. So maybe even shake your body off side to side. And then as you're ready, we're going to roll up into our tabletop position in preparation for downward facing dog. Hands remain wide, curl the toes under, press back into downward dog. Maybe opening up the feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Always feel free to bend the knees if you need to. Shoulders reach away from the ears. Press the weight of the hands into the thumb and to the pointed finger and reach down through the heels. Pedal the feet one at a time. And just kind of finding a little movement through the hip joint. Again, just moving through the shoulders, trying to loosen the body here. And then as you're ready, we're going to come down back into our downward dog. Drip down through the heels and then roll yourself forward. Bring the knees down to the floor. You're going to kickstand the left foot out. Place the left hand onto the floor. Extend to the right and open up into a supported side plank. Now, if you're looking for a little more intensity, feel free to grab the right leg and just lift it. Arms are nicely aligned, chest is lifted, belly is pulled in. And now if we're looking for a little bit of an opening, you can curl that right foot back, open up, bring the right hand towards the right foot, and open up into a gentle back bend. So pull the belly in, open up through the quad, open up through the right hip. And remember, you can always just stay in our supported side plank. Remember, part of being gracious and gratitude, exploring gratitude, is to explore our body and how we can be gracious towards our body. And then as you're ready, come back down, press back onto the floor, child's pose, and and stretch out the back. Good. And as you're ready, we're going to come up onto all fours. We're going to kickstand our right foot. I'm just going to adjust myself here and extend out through the left. So right hand underneath the shoulders, left hand is extended out to the sky. Knee and hip are nicely aligned. And just feel the side energy source through the body. And then lift up through the left leg if that feels good for you. Open up, pull the belly in. You can roll the left shoulder back, reaching back and just kind of first finding that opening through the chest. And then if you want to, you can kickstand your left foot into your left hand and just gently press the hand into the foot into the hand so it offers a little bit more of an opening as well as a stretch through the hip. And then as you're ready, release and come forward and press back into child's pose. Knees are wide, big toes together. Give that low back a little bit of a rocking motion side to side just to kind of loosen up through the joints. And then as you're ready, roll into your tabletop, and then we're going to curl back into downward facing dog. Press down through the heels. And we're going to walk our feet towards our hands and meet ourselves in our forward fold. Knees can be bent. And we're just going to invite this really sensation of letting go here. I think I've told you guys this a million times. This is just such a relevant pose to kind of letting go of anything that's not serving us. Just fill the body with anything good, everything good. And then as you're ready, we'll extend through the back. Find our Ardha Uttanasana, our half arch pose. And then exhale, release the body completely. So inhale to lengthen, draw the heart forward. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale, lengthen, keep the back long. And exhale, release. Inhale, we're going to bend the knees, sweep the hands behind us, reach up, press back into chair pose. Now, just drawing our awareness to the soles of the feet. Knees are dripping behind the toes. Heels are really supporting the back of our body, and our back is nice and long. As you're ready, take a breath here, and then exhale, forward fold, lengthen through the back of the legs. And then inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms. Exhale, come back into your chair. Again, really tuck the tail under. Open up through the chest, almost feel like this lifting of the heart. And then forward fold, release. Lengthen the legs. And then inhale, scoop the hands back. Sweep them forward. Come back into your chair. This is our last one. And then inhale, extend the body. Reach tall. Find the nice opening through the chest. Lift up through the sternum. Coming back into a gentle back bend. Coming back through center, we're going to release the left hand down our side. Take the right arm, reach it to the sky, and then lean over. Finding our side bend. Noticing how this feels. We've been here before, but notice how it feels a little different now. And then come back through center, drop the right arm down, lift with the left, and lean over to the right. Just opening up the side body. And then coming back through center. Fantastic. Take 3 breaths in. Sweep the arms up towards the sky. Press the palms together. Exhale, release the breath. Bring the hands to heart center. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. And exhale, release. Breathe in. And exhale, release. Perfect. Now finding ourselves at the top of our mat, we're going to move into 2 half sun salutations, and then we're going to move right through our full expression of the sequence. So feet are about hip distance apart. We're going to begin to press the knee, extend the feet, you know what I mean, press the feet into the floor. As you exhale, guide the hands to the side, pull the belly in, lengthen the back, come into your forward fold. Inhale to lengthen the back, draw the heart forward, half arch. Exhale, release. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up, come into your chair. Inhale, extend the body. Exhale, forward fold. Release the body. Inhale, coming into your half arch, back is long. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands behind you, sweep the arms forward, come back into your chair. Extend the body. Beautiful. Now we're going to move into the full expression of the sequence. Lengthen the back, draw the hands down, come into your forward fold. Bring the right foot back. Find your low lunge. Really establish a nice footing here, and then bring the left foot back to meet the right. Now choosing to go into either full plank or kneeling plank. We're going to inhale, move into our full plank or kneeling plank position, shift your weight forward, come down towards the floor. Scoop up into your upward facing dog. Tops of the feet rest on the floor, belly pulls up, heart is lifted. Exhale, curl the toes under, downward dog. Shift the weight into the left foot as we inhale to guide the right leg up to the sky. Bring the right knee right in towards the chest. So think about what we did earlier, and then plant the right foot all the way forward between the hands. Shift the weight into the right and bring the left foot forward. Let your body hang here. Take a moment just to settle your body. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms, scoop up towards the sky, but this time we're going to go into a twisted chair. Bring the palms together, twist towards the right, left elbow to right knee, open the chest. Inhale, press the feet into the floor, extend the body long, and just take a little back bend here. And then inhale, come back through neutral, lengthen the arms, last one, pull the belly in, come into your forward fold. Bring the left foot back, nice long lunge here, and then bring the right foot to meet the left in downward dog. Inhale, find your plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, shift the weight forward, come down to forward fold. Scoop up, upward facing dog, guide the heart up to the sky, pull the belly in. Curl the toes under, lift up through the hips, find your downward dog. Shift your weight into the right foot so you have a nice footing here, take the left leg up to the sky. Bring the left knee in towards the chest on the exhale, and then sweep the left foot all the way forward. Bring the right foot to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms behind you as you come up. Take the palms, press them together. Bring the right elbow to the left knee, twisted chair. Open your chest. Inhale, press your feet into the floor, extend the body up, and then rest with your hands down to heart center. Let's take a moment just to resettle our body. This ready, settle, and just notice where this is landing right now into our body, the heat maybe, the change of the breath. Take a moment. Now, as you're ready, we'll rest the hands at our sides, and we're going to move back through the right foot, and we're going to come into our long part of our mat. Actually, I'm going to do my left just because of where I'm standing. And take a nice giant step back. Now we're going to shift over to the lengthened part of our mat, and we're going to move into our sunflowers. Feet are going to be out to the edges, heels are going to be in, body is going to be long, and your hands maybe are resting at your hips, just to kind of create this nice, strong, firm base beneath us. As you're ready, we'll bend the knees, so we're just opening up through the inner thighs, really create this really nice opening also through the hip. Knees track with the toes. Release the hands in front, and then sweep them up as we extend the legs. And exhale down. Inhale, sweep. And exhale down. Continuing to build heat in the body. And down. And sweep. And down. And sweep. Beautiful. Keep going. And down. Now we're really lifting through the heart here. Thinking about, and I always use this expression of just throwing out those sunflowers to the universe, just letting them go, seeing where they land, and go. And last two, breathe in, extend the arms, just kind of move through all parts of your body here, and reach. And then last one, we're gonna come down and reach with our hands, coming into sun pose, knees are bent, heart is lifted, reach through the heart, guide the shoulder blades back. And this is a really great opener for the heart. And just with this theme today of gratitude, let the heart just be lifted. And then as you're ready, swim the hands forward and then open up one more time. Open up the heart. And come back into this beautiful neutral position. Elbows are going to stay bent. Deepen into this squat. Stay lifted through the torso. And then we're going to lean over to the right. And then feel this lift up through the left. And lean over to the left and back. And back, beautiful. And back, and lift, and back. We've got two more. And lift, and back, beautiful. And down, and back. Last one. And back. Come in through center, press the feet into the floor, extend the legs, and shake it off. Beautiful. So we're going to go into some side stretches here. So with the right foot, we're gonna lean back. And as we come down, we're gonna lift the left foot. Really feel this opening through the left inner thigh. Walk your hands back over to the left. Stretch the right, long back. Walking side to side. Maybe if you want to stay on one side a little bit more than the other, by all means, go ahead and do so. And open and stretch. And the more you flex through that foot, you're going to really start to feel this really intense kind of stretch on the inner thigh. Keep your back long. Keep flowing from one to the other. And last one on either side. And then come back through center. Feet are going to be extended to the corners. Heels are in. We're going to find ourselves right in our straddle split. Arms are going to be extended out long. So you might want to come into a bit of an opening through the legs. And you're going to just drop your heart down to the floor. So it's a nice shoulder stretch, a nice back stretch. Think about what we did earlier with puppy or dolphin pose. Dolphin pose. We just allowed the heart to reach down. It's nice and long through the back. And if you need to extend the hands out a little further, go ahead and just allow the back to stretch. And then as you're ready, we'll walk our hands up through center. We're going to walk our hands over to the right side. And the back foot's going to come into a warrior two stance. So toes are going to be outstretched to the side, heels are nicely aligned. We're going to pull up through the left arm and find ourselves in warrior two. Gaze is forward, right between the middle finger and the pointed finger. Drop the shoulders. Good. Now we're going to move into dancing warrior. Inhale to extend the arms and exhale, press down. And maybe see if you can take that back leg a little further back. Really allows for you to go right into that front leg. Good. And two more. And back, reach up. And press back. Beautiful. Now we're going to take the right hand. We're going to swivel it forward over to the left. We're going to adjust the back foot so that it's in a warrior two stance. We're shifted forward. Take the arms out, stretch them. Finding yourself on warrior two on the other side. And reach back, drop the shoulders, and extend, and press down. Now you're opening up through that right leg. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press. Really long and strong through the arms. So just really feel that oppositional sensation, and the belly is pulled in. And reach and stretch. Last one, reach and stretch. Beautiful. Shift back over to your right foot. Back into that warrior two stance. Drop the shoulders. Right elbow to right knee. Extend with the left arm into extended side angle. Now this one we're going to open up through the chest. Take the left arm, bring it back. Maybe rest it on your hip and just open up through the chest. Slight rotation through the upper thoracic spine. And then come back to neutral, take the left arm, sweep it forward. You're going to take the left foot, take a little step forward, and come into our crescent pose. So just drop the shoulders down, open up and lift up through the sternum. The back foot's right onto the ball, and then as we lift up through the fingertips, I want you to reach forward, swim the hands back. Arms are going to extend out long, and I want you to imagine a ball between your hands. Shoulder blades are guiding down, you're guiding yourself forward with your heart, and you're imagining this imaginary ball that you're pressing in between your hands. Hold here. 2 breaths. And then release, guide the hands up to the sky, reaching tall. Swivel yourself back through center, over to the right, left side. Take the right leg onto the ball, open up the chest. Pull the upper body away from the lower body, open up through the hip, really establish a nice footing here. Reach up. As you lengthen the spine, you're going to reach forward. Reach to the fingertips, shoulder blades are away from the ears. Swim the hands back. Pretend you've got this invisible ball between your hands, reaching forward. Hold here for about 3 breaths. And you're really guiding your heart forward here. Really, really beautiful. And hold. And then release. Guide the hands up towards the sky. Take a nice clearing breath. As you exhale, swim the hands all the way down. And you're going to encase the front foot. Drop the right knee down to the floor. We're going to toe heel the left leg over to the right side, and we're going to come into our pigeon. So opening up through and squaring off through the hips, and just find that place and reach long through the right leg. So we want to just keep our hips square. If you feel your left hip is dropping down to the floor, then I encourage you to take a pillow and rest it underneath. We're going to walk our hands forward and just rest our upper body down if that feels comfortable. And take about 10 breaths here. I wonder if Kevin is grateful for Pigeon right now. Soften the shoulders. Breathe in through the back body. With each exhale, maybe see where you can soften through the upper body and just finding a little more space to just deepen into this stretch. More space also within the mind to just settle yourself here. Even noticing the pelvic area just kind of feeling a little heavier, giving a little bit more space. To just allow itself to feel like it could come deeper into this pose. Again, without forcing. It's always with honor that we move our body. Honor for what it can offer us today. And as you're ready, we're going to take 2 more breaths. Deep, deep breaths in through the nose, through the back body, and deep exhales. And 1 more. And slowly press ourselves up. Take the top of the hands, press them, or the palms of the hands and press ourselves up. Now staying in this shape, we can, if we need a little stretch through the quad and through the hip, take the right knee and bend it. Now this might be enough for today. Keep the back long, and if you want to, you can reach back with your left arm and reach for your right leg. And we're just opening up a little deeper into the quad of the right leg, lifting up through the sternum. So think about how we do our upward facing dogs. We're nice and tall through the upper back. And then as you're ready, you can release the right leg down. We're going to curl the right toes under, lift the knee up off the ground, and press back into downward facing dog. And pedal the feet one at a time. And then as we're ready, we'll take our left foot, bring it in a little bit more towards center, and then we'll lift up through the right leg. Reach up towards the sky, bend the right knee, bring it in towards the chest, and then place the right foot down and find your pigeon. Good, squaring off the hips. Now I've gone on the assumption that everybody here is doing a full pigeon pose. You know always that there's a supine pigeon pose that's always available while lying on your back and crossing your ankle over your knee. So if that's available and needed today, by all means, go ahead and do that. So just find your squaring up of the hips. If your right hip is coming down to the floor, place a little pillow or something underneath to prop it up. And just allow your upper body to rest down. And again, explore maybe finding resting pigeon or sleeping pigeon, resting the forehead on the floor. You can always create fists as a kind of support underneath the forehead. Soften through the shoulders. And there's this great opportunity to lengthen through the left leg and just let the right glute stretch out and the hip open. Take about 10 breaths here. Now if you're noticing any tightening through the neck and through the shoulders, try to let that go. Try to just let your body savor this space. Deep breaths, breathe into the nose and a complete release of the breath. Breathing gratitude and release. And breathe out. And as you're ready, bring the soles of the hands onto the floor. Gently lift your upper body. Now this can be enough for today. We just stay here. We can always bend the left knee, bring it in towards our glutes. If you get a cramp, I'm sorry, shake it off. Lift up through the sternum, perhaps reaching with the right arm back, just grabbing hold of the left leg and giving it a gentle tug here, just to offer a little opening through the hip and also that beautiful quad stretch. Opening up through the chest. And then releasing the left leg down and just come onto your right hip. And then we're going to come all the way forward. Extend the legs out into staff pose. Shake them off and just loosen up through the knee joint. And shake off any kind of like, you know what I mean, that tension that we feel from coming out of pigeon. So we're going to move into our inversion. So if you have your block or something available, or maybe a pillow, just go ahead and grab that. You can bring that next to you because we're going to be using it shortly. So let's come down onto our back. Knees are going to be bent. We're just going to move through a few bridges just to move and articulate a little bit through the spine. You can also offer that as an inversion as well. So if you don't want to come into your inversion today, You don't have to. You can also just do a bridge, which is actually a perfect inversion as well. So we're going to press the feet into the floor. Hands are going to rest at our sides. Keep the knee, hip, and ankles nicely aligned. And as we're ready, we're going to exhale, peel our spine up off the ground, open up through the front body, and soften through the shoulders. That's really the key. And then as you're ready, exhale, articulate back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, down towards the floor. And inhale, peel up, press the feet into the floor, open up through the heart. Open up also through the hips here. It's a great way to open up through the hips. Exhale and come back down. Perfect. Let's do two more like that. Inhale, peel the spine, press the feet into the floor, open up. And exhale, come back down. Now, last one. Peel up through the spine, lift up, open up through the hips. If you have your blanket or your block or your pillow, whatever you can take it down and place it down with your low back, right at your sacrum. So you're just going to rest your sacrum down onto the floor. And if you just want to stay here, this is like a gorgeous, gorgeous stretch. So really nice and restorative as well in nature. So if you want to, you can also lift up into candlestick and take the sacrum down onto the floor. And this is also a beautiful restorative posture. Really draws the blood down from the lower extremities to the upper extremities. So from here, we can stay here. Otherwise, if you want to go into plow, we're going to press the legs, exhale and press the legs back behind us. Use your abs to pull yourself back up. Let the weight of your body kind of rest into your shoulders. So you want to make sure you don't have any sort of compression through the neck. And my ponytail is not helping this. So just drawing the feet down. Again, we're feeling a nice stretch through the back of the legs. Nice and active through the abdominals. And just hold here. Now, if you want to go into a supported shoulder bridge, you can tuck your hands right at the base of your top of your hips. Tuck your elbows in. And then slowly press yourself up. So elbows stay nice and tucked in. You're going to use your abs and your glutes. As you lift, you're pulling up. Pull the abs in. Reach the legs up. Finding your shape. Elbows are tucked in. Hold here. Neck is soft. You want a little stretch. You can take your right leg back. That's always nice. And come back up. It doesn't have to be far to really feel the stretch of the hamstring. Keep your abs and glutes turned on. Come back through center. Reach through the toes. Now, to come out of our supported shoulder bridge, we're going to bring the feet back up overhead. You really want to keep that control through the abs and through the glutes. And then as you're ready, you're going to start to articulate back down. Use your abs to control yourself coming back down and placing your sacrum back onto your pillow and or onto your book or block or directly onto the floor. Legs are going to be outstretched. You're going to reach back with the right leg all the way down to the floor. And then the left leg. So you're going to feel this really counterbalance pose and just open up through the front body. Now, if this doesn't feel good on your low back, please remove the block. You can just lie down, lengthen your body down onto the mat, and that can be enough for today. Just take a few breaths here. As you're ready, we'll keep the block or the blanket right underneath the sacrum and bring your knees into your chest. This is just a different variation. If you don't have the block, still bring the knees to your chest or the pillow. Just let your knees rest here. Lengthen through the back of the body. And then as you're ready, drive the right foot down to the floor and then the left. And we'll find ourselves in our kneeling, knees bent position. Press your hips up towards the sky and remove whatever you have underneath your sacrum and place it over to the side. Arms are going to come out stretched, and we're going to just float our knees over to the right side for our supine twist. Turn the gaze towards the left. And just feel that opening through the side body. Just a gorgeous stretch here. And as you're ready, come back through center and over to the left. Turn your gaze towards the right. And just rest your body here. Let your heart be open, filled with gratitude. And just take a few fulfilling breaths. And then as you're ready, coming back through center, knees remain bent, we can go into a reclining butterfly, soles of the feet together. We'll just hold here for about 5 breaths and just open up a little bit further through the hips. Now if this doesn't feel comfortable on your back, there's 2 options. You can bring the feet a little further away, which might relieve a little bit of tension from the back, or simply extend the legs out long rather than come into supine butterfly. And then as you're ready, we'll slowly draw the knees together. So just take a moment to just guide them back together. Knees are going to stay wide. Feet will come out to the edges, outer edges of the mat. We'll just windshield wipe over our feet from side to side. And then as you're ready, we'll come back through center. Spine, give your option to maybe go back into reclining butterfly if that's what you feel you need today, or you can extend the legs out long, or keep the knees bent and maybe knock the knees together so that you can offer a little relief from the low back. And maybe today we'll place our hand on our heart and one hand on our tummy. And let's just take a few moments here, a few minutes, just to rest our body, rest our mind. Turn our attention to grateful thoughts. Melody Beattie wrote a beautiful poem about gratitude. Gratitude. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion into clarity. It could turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. It turns problems into gifts, failures into successes, the unexpected into perfect timing, and mistakes into important events. It can turn an existence into a real life, and disconnected situations into important and beneficial lessons. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace to today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Let us deepen our breath into our body, harvesting that sensation of gratitude. And maybe begin to move the fingers and the toes and just reawakening our physical body. And as you're ready, maybe extend the arms up overhead, moving the fingers, the toes, maybe offering a little good morning stretch to reawaken. Just take a few deep breaths there as you lengthen your body and just find this really sense of softness and kind of really comfortable feeling in the physical body. And then maybe as you're ready, you can roll over onto your favorite side and just take a couple of breaths there before we transition to our easy seated position. And then at your own perfect pace, press yourself up, coming into a nice comfortable position. Seated nice and tall. We'll meet our hands to heart center, rest your hands on your lap, whatever feels comfortable for you. And let's just take a moment to reflect upon the intention that we set at the beginning of our class today. Let's close our practice with a deep cleansing breath in through the nose. As we extend the arms up overhead, breathe in. And then release whatever you need to. May your heart always stay warm, and may your smile always stay broad. And may the light that shines in me always honor the light that shines in you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Once again, it's just such an honor to be able to practice with you. So I hope you have nothing but a wonderful day ahead of you, and I look forward to practicing again next Wednesday at 11:30. Thank you so much, everyone. Speak to you soon. Have a good day.